Morning guys, I got the weather station back on. Let me see if I can get a light on here. It was, the time is wrong. I haven't set the time. It's 6:30 in the morning. It was 32 degrees at 6. I wish I'd have grabbed the camera right away, but I'm editing videos. So I got the weather station up. The wind speed is not going to work anymore, but the barometric pressure is flat. And the indoor temperature, 64.4. Indoor humidity, 58. Outdoor humidity, 92%. And outdoor temperature, 33.8. Again, it was 33 a half hour ago. Wish I'd grabbed the camera. Looks like it's going to be partly cloudy today. Anyway, we had frost this morning. May 23rd, 2017, we had frost on the ground. Unbelievable. So this is how it is out here. Now the weather station, the wind speed indicator is broke, and so I'll have to get that replaced or get a new weather station. The time I haven't set, and the date I haven't set. But I do have the weather working, and we're getting things back together at the new homestead. Baby cat. Baby's more curious than anything. She doesn't really care. One of the birds is strong, flying out. Oh, here comes Felix. Forgive the mess, we're sorting more stuff from New York. Hi, Felix. Hi, Felix. Felix the cat. The bird's not afraid. That's a brave bird, or dumb. And two cats. He doesn't use claws, he's very gentle. Felix loves the birds. He doesn't use claws, he just reaches in. That's how he was last year with the other birds. Hey guys, construction is going to carry on. And I've got some cool and unique cuts of wood for crafting, and we'll figure something beautiful out for these pieces. That looks like some kind of a sign that somebody would hang out in their yard with some kind of an engraving or wood burning in it. So anyway, I got a truckload of mostly good lumber. There's quite a mix here. I got good framing for the front of the chicken coop now. These three pieces will be used for that. And then some pretty decent other cuts and pieces here. So I'm going to sort this out off the truck onto the ground and get to work. Hopefully I'll finish that chicken coop this week. Something has devastated our plants. That's just laying there. All of the seeds have been dug out. You can see the deep holes where they dug out our seeds all the way through, and then they ate just the tops or the bottoms. It's quite sickening. Only a few plants out of this whole tray survived, so all that work for nothing. All of our seedlings are gone. It's really horrible. This one's broke. It's really wasteful and sickening. I threw away all the tops. They literally dug them out, ate the roots, and threw away the rest. And I've lost everything. This is all I have left. It's really horrible. Hi, Melanie. Look at, she's buried in fabric. She's been making pillowcases. Melanie, my hands are not clean. Would you like to show them, please?
Yeah.
Pillowcase covers. Or pillowcases, yes, pillowcases.
Mm-hmm.
There's one. And look at the, wait, hold it up. Let me show them the stitching that you did.
Leaves.
The leaf pattern and the
Yeah.
stitching. She's learning how to use a sewing machine better and better. And then she put all this together, all on her own. It's all pieces of fabric she put together to make a pillowcase.
There's a pattern also, but it's not really showing.
Oh, is there?
Yeah.
Oh, I
it's a
see.
flower.
Yeah, it's harder to see that one. On that fabric, it's harder to see.
Yeah, and then I put a button for when you
But
close
look at
it.
that. She's getting better and better. Hey guys, I've been busy at work out here on the chicken coop. I have been working quite a bit out here, but I haven't done any video because it's been raining, more on than off. But I finished the front wall and made the door about 3 foot wide. I used 2x3s for framing and something like 2x4s for the bottom and top plate, and 2x3s for the door framing. And I got some parts of the roof up. Now what I did, sorry I haven't been able to record just because of the rain though. What I did is I screwed a board and upright on, and then I lifted the rafter over into place and then put a screw in once I had it in position to stop it from swinging. And then I was able to toenail them in place. And then I did the opposite end as well, the 2 end pieces. And then what I did is I put a board all the way across and tied it in on that one and that one. And then I was able to slide the next 2 rafters in, and that gave some friction. I did not screw it onto them, but gave me some friction to hold them in place better. Obviously I used a piece of board to prop it up, to prop the one up. Anyway, then I was able to toenail them in place as well. So it's coming together. It's currently not raining, so maybe you can watch me put in the last piece. And what I have to do is mark it, measure it, and put it in. So let's see how it goes. So I'll get it up in there. And then when I have it halfway up, I'm going to measure and mark the position where it's going to sit. Make sure we're recording. It hangs at 46 inches. It touches the outer edge of the building on each side. Right now all I'm doing is marking where it goes. Trying to. The tape measure is getting wobbly and floppy on me. It wobbles in all different directions now. Now, I sort of lay it in like this, and this is how I've done them so far. Get it in to the point where I marked it with a pencil. Right there. And I can flip it into place. Okay. See, it stands up. That's off. I have to double check my measurements. My tape measure was flopping and wobbling on me. Okay, this way. Floor is screwed in place, so I want to make sure my measurements are halfway decent here. 46. Oh, that's right on. My pencil mark was off because the tape was flopping. Okay, we are good. Now I can toenail it in. Actually, now I can screw that one in place from the top and fasten that board. That board is going to stay all the way across. That board is staying in place. So now I can somewhat straighten these and put a screw in. All the way on every one can have a screw now. Toenail it in. Okay. Now, all the rafters are up and one board is on to hold things in place. Now I've got to do the same on the other side. I've measured this to fit a 4x8 sheet of plywood that I have on hand. And oh well, it's on the deck over there behind the house, so I have to remove it and then I'll put it in place and we'll have it. And I think I'm going to temporarily put a board on the opposite side and like I did over here, but that one's permanent. The plywood's going to rest on that so it doesn't slide when I'm fastening it. And then I'm going to temporarily put a board up here all the way across the top so I can measure them and secure them where they belong, so they, when I put the plywood in place, it's not going to be a problem with squaring that off. Now, I also, by the way, did put this up on bricks. I don't know if you see them. There's bricks underneath all the way around. And I still have to put 2 more in the front. But I put this all up on bricks, and it's somewhat leveled. I have to finalize it before I start putting on the plywood and the sheathing and the siding. But there it is, guys. Looking better. Looking like a chicken coop. Now the overhang is extreme, and I'm going to even those out, and I might just keep that overhang. That'll prevent water from ever getting in under the sides, and I don't know. I think I like it. There's a 3-inch overhang across the front and the back, and then a very steep overhang around the sides. Like I said, I'll probably just even out those rafters and you know, cut them off. I'm going to come on down with boards like I started here. I'll have the plywood up here, and then continue on with the straight boards for the overhang. Alright, I'm going to get on to it here. I got one piece of the roof on. Now I have to straighten this out. Screw it in place. Well, there's the beginning of a chicken coop. Looks pretty cool with half the roof on now. Starting to look good. Now later I'm going to go inside and I'm going to reinforce all those with staples when I get my stapler working. And just to stop side to side sway. Well, I don't know if I need it now. I was going to put a board across this way inside. I don't think I need it now. Once that plywood's in place, there's not going to be any more flex. That won't make a difference. But for extra strength, I am going to reinforce all of these all the way across. Somebody suggested plywood, and I may just end up doing that eventually. One at a time, replacing them, putting plywood on both sides. But I didn't have any thinner plywood, and my air stapler isn't, I don't have the right chuck for the hose. So all I've got is like what I call commercial chucks, and then there's a standard smaller one for your smaller tools. And my framing nailer and roofing nailer have one chuck, and the stapler has a different. And I don't know what happened in the move, but I don't have the hose that had the other chuck. Whether it's missing or I just can't find it. I think that's the same thing, but whether it made it here or not, I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to secure that. I'm going to measure across here on every rafter and make sure they're all equally distant, and then put a screw in each space, and then that side will be done, and then I can pop up the other one and we'll at least have a roof on here. Alright, I'm going to let you watch me put this piece up. It's a struggle. I'm just off sight of the camera right now. I'm going to pick up a piece of plywood. A wet, heavy piece of plywood. It's very, very heavy. It's wobbly. Oh, now, you gotta bring it over a long way. Now this will help square this roof up. If I get this edge and that edge to line up, and this point and that point to line up, then I'm square. Major convenience with only using 2 pieces of plywood for a roof. It's hard to go wrong. Perfect. 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 I can screw it on. I like it. Now that worked out so much better than any of the projects I've done before. Because I'm thinking smart. I've learned a lot from you guys, I tell you. I've learned to put up pieces of wood to hold your work in place as you go. I didn't do that in the past. It was a nightmare. Now all I gotta do is pin these in place and go up in the ladder and pin those in place. So easy now. So much better. Everything's straight and square. I thought this was 3/4 inch, so I used a 3/4 inch strip down below. I don't have anything thinner. So there's going to be a bit of a lip on the roof, which I don't like. Good. Now I just got to strengthen that base. I don't like the wobbliness of it now because it's top heavy. But I'm going to do that next. I'm going to put some siding on. Let me take the camera off the mount. And now it looks like some kind of a camp gazebo. It looks sort of cool. Yeah. So, it's all straight and square all the way around. The roof is perfectly square. Oh yeah. So that was my deck over behind the house between the sheds. Alright, well now I'm going to start getting the siding in and strengthen this thing up. I've got a window framed in and it opens and closes and works. And I've got a few boards in the back wall put in. I wanted to strengthen up and stop side to side shaking. So I put some boards in and then I'm going to put a frame piece from the inside. So that's going to work out. I'll do the same on the front. And you can see I framed in the window, I hope, properly. Hopefully everybody will be happy. I put a board from the top to bottom all the way. And then I put the boards across and screwed it all in. And the window works. So there we have our first chicken coop window. And it opens and closes. So on to more siding. Hey guys, just putting on the last piece right here up to the bottom of the window, and I'm going to stop there and do the other side, frame the window, work to the bottom, and then all the cutoffs I'll be using in there. So I wanted to use long pieces first and then cutoffs last. That's also why I started with the bottom of the window and made sure I measured from the bottom up on the ends to make sure it was all straight. This is not very straight wood. Of course, I'm having you watch me do the last, which is the hardest. Well, that is warped. Wow. And this is what I deal with. It's all warped wood. Can I bring it up? Yeah, it's not easy, but I can try to bring it up. Well, getting there. Now down underneath I'll have hardware cloth. Well, there it is, guys. That's as good as it's going to get for tonight. It looks pretty cool. Looks like a rusted cottage. It's going to look really nice, I think. Especially when I get the trim work on. What I've got planned for it, I think it's going to look beautiful. It's going to look like a rustic cabin. So, soon you won't be able to see me standing here in the future. This will be a closed wall. Probably tomorrow. You'll only be able to see me through the window. It's big. It's good. It's gonna hold a bunch of chickens. And it's gonna be a lot better than anything I've ever had. And cute. It looks really good. Alright guys, I'm gonna put things away and call it a night. Troy from the Do-It-Yourself World and the Off-Grid Project. Good night, everybody. Hi guys, just got in and here's what Melanie did today. Look at that. She used scrap cloth pieces and made those. Actually, they're all made of scrap. Pretty cool. This one has that leaf pattern sewn in. She put a leaf in it. She's getting pretty good at sewing now with that machine. And which one Melanie had the... Oh, that one. She had a flower sewn in that, but it didn't show up because of the flower pattern. But, pretty good. Melanie's been sewing all day while I was working on the chicken coop. Busy homestead. Good night, guys.